Hi, this is Shane Tanner, director of the Miami Children's Theater at the Byron Carlyle of Miami Beach. You are watching MBTV. Stay tuned for more.
Coming up on this edition of CityVision, the White House is taking note of our city's latest environmental efforts. We have the story.
It doesn't look like your average parking garage. We show you what neighborhood is getting this edition very soon.
He has attended Harvard University.
And Miami Beach has sworn in both a new police chief and a new fire chief for our city. Hello and welcome to CityVision, your source for everything you need to know about Miami Beach. I'm Emily Oz.
And I'm Ivette Diaz. On this edition, we are at Collins Park on 22nd Street, and the entrance to the Bass Museum is right there.
The park has recently undergone a great renovation and is now a busy venue for the city. It's been used for Sleepless Night, Art Basel's Art Public Showcase, and today is serving as an outdoor gallery for the Bass Museum's temporary contemporary pieces. We talked to the director of the Bass, Sylvia Carman Cubiña, later in the show.
And after 97 years, it's not temporary. We are here to stay. Miami Beach recently celebrated its 97th birthday.
Happy birthday, Miami Beach! We're almost a century old, wow. Now, since our inception as a city, one of our top priorities has always been public safety.
And now Miami Beach has a new fire chief and a new police chief.
Perform these duties of
Chief of Police for the City of Miami Beach.
Chief of the duties of Fire Chief
For the City of Miami Beach.
for the City of Miami Beach.
Our city's new police chief, Ray Martinez, and new fire chief, Javier Otero, were previously second in command of their respective departments in the city. For police, after an extensive national search and rigorous selection process, Chief Ray Martinez rose to the top and garnered the support of the city manager, city commission, and community.
Every chief before me has made the department better.
Chief Otero went through a competitive selection process where he also rose to the top amongst a wide field of candidates. Congratulations to our new chiefs. We wish you the best of luck in your new roles.
We've never had a female fire or police chief yet anyway, but our city's first female mayor, Maria Herrera Bauer, is busy bringing positive change to our city.
I'm so honored to be among these women.
Women's History Month in March was celebrated at the 4th Annual Miami Beach Women's Conference hosted by our city's first female mayor, Maria Herrera Bauer. Speaker panels included female lawmakers who discussed their public service careers.
Please take away the fact that each and every one of you has tremendous power as a citizen to affect the issues that you care for.
And the second panel was all about protecting women from the devastation of identity theft. Overall, an educational, enlightening, and empowering day for women of all ages.
Miami Beach has always been known to be cutting edge and creative.
And you can see that in the way our government runs too.
We've looked outside the box for revenue streams and ways to bring additional services to you.
We talk partnerships in our City Focus segment.
1, 2, 3.
Miami Beach, meet your official beverage maker, Coca Cola. In a new partnership, the city has agreed to make Coca Cola our official non-alcoholic beverage source.
Here, here.
The agreement has a value to our city of $7 million over the next 10 years. The value comes in the form of funds and marketing benefits coming to our city.
The city's always going to be looking at innovative and creative ways to increase revenues to benefit our residents and reduce, obviously, the tax burden on them. But we're also going to do it in a way that makes sense. We want to make sure we partner with the right people, that we are protecting our brand so that our brand is attached to brands that make sense.
In return for exclusive vendor rights at most city facilities, Coca Cola will pay us a sponsorship fee and will also partner with us to drive home environmental awareness and help ensure a sustainable future for our residents and visitors.
We're right now working with the city to develop programs like energy efficiency programs, water stewardship, and recycling programs. In fact, we're actually launching a recycling program in the city of Miami Beach right now that it features consumer education and recycling across the city.
Look for these machines around town. They'll separate, sort, and crush your beverage cans on the spot.
There's a lot more of recycling that's going to take place in Miami Beach, in large part due to the efforts that Coca Cola will bring to us.
Miami Beach is an attractive partner because we're a world-class city that draws millions of visitors each year. In fact, because of Art Basel Miami Beach, this new tot lot is open for play on Indian Creek. You may recall in 2009, Audi built a giant pavilion here during Art Basel to launch their latest sedan. As a giveback of that partnership, Audi donated $75,000 to build this playground.
We're very thankful to the city of Miami Beach for allowing us to host the global premiere of the Audi A8 on this site. And we're very proud to be involved in this project and know that many, many children in the Miami Beach area will get much more pleasure out of this park.
I think you could probably drive just about anywhere in the city right now, and you're going to see an example of public-private partnerships, from big garages that we have built recently to satisfy the needs that we have in our city to provide public parking, to projects like this.
Also, through concession agreements, we've formed successful new partnerships like Deco Bike and Hertz On Demand, just to name a few. Now with Coca Cola on our team, the future of Miami Beach shines even brighter than before for those who live, work, and play here.
We've been working on corporate sponsorship of any variety for many, many years, and Coca Cola stepped up to the plate first. You're the first sponsorship, and it really is significant because when you think of beverage, you think of Coca Cola. And when you think of tourism and cities that are international, you think of Miami Beach. And so the idea that these two brands, which are significant brands in their own right, are coming together and being partnered in such a way is something very special.
Later in the show, we tell you about a brand new parking garage that's a public-private partnership success story.
Our partnership with the company in our next story, Amoresco, is turning heads in our nation's capital. Nancy Sutley, who chairs the White House Council on Environmental Quality, joined our mayor, Maria Herrera Bauer, and city staff on a tour of the geothermal cooling operation recently installed to cool both City Hall and our convention center.
So we're here in Miami Beach today, learning from the city of Miami Beach some of the great things that they've done to make the city greener, to make city facilities greener, the convention center greener. It's a great way to save energy and save money, save the taxpayers money. So we're excited to learn about.
Our underground geothermal loop will save taxpayer dollars on cooling costs and is a better choice for the environment. The project is the brainchild of clean energy provider Amoresco. The city partnered with Amoresco for an energy audit of the entire city, and the geothermal loop is just one of the many cost-saving, energy-efficient changes made recently by our city. And Washington is taking note of our green successes.
The president in December directed all federal agencies to use these energy service contracts like the city of Miami Beach is using to make federal buildings more energy efficient, save the taxpayers money, and be part of our energy solution.
Our beautiful environment here in Miami Beach plays host to so many activities. Our latest Arts in the Parks events brought opera to the big screen at our giant movie theater at Soundscape.
Five Nights at the Opera debuted in March on the Exo stage at Soundscape. Each Thursday night in March, a classic opera was shown for free on the big screen at Soundscape.
I think it's great. We were actually just eating some Cuban food across the street. We saw this and we heard it and we said, hey, let's check that out. And it's amazing.
No, it's just beautiful. It's a great thing they do here.
Oh, it's great. I think it's really nice that everyone is able to come and enjoy Don Giovanni just out in the open, fresh air. It's nice to experience.
Linda Women Creativity Center. Another amazing venue here at Collins Park is expanding their offerings with a new lab dedicated to creativity.
The Bass Museum of Art has introduced its new artistic laboratory, the Lindemann Family Creativity Center. Thanks to a generous donation from the president of the museum's board of directors, George Lindemann, and several other sponsors, the new Creativity Center will offer teachers, parents, and children a place to be inspired, experiment, create, and stimulate their imaginations. This center will also serve as home to the museum's Idea at the Bass program, which offers art classes and workshops for local school children. The Bass has announced 2 new children's programs as well. Bass Babies, for ages 2 to 4, meets Tuesdays at 10 a.m., while Bass Buddies, for ages 4 to 6, is held every other Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Bass Babies and Buddies will continue through May, then take a break for summer. The enrichment classes will pick back up again in the fall. For more information on all the offerings at the Bass, visit bassmuseum.org.
Off to our beaches we go, where the fun in the sun never really ends. And new traditions like the Model Beach Volleyball Tournament heat up the sands every spring.
Our city's beach volleyball courts along Ocean Drive were hopping with model mania. Men and women who work with local modeling agencies teamed up with professional volleyball players for the 3rd annual Ludus Athletics Model Beach Volleyball Tournament.
Earlier in the show, we told you about the annual Women's Conference in Miami Beach, and now let's take a moment to celebrate the accomplishments of women again during our annual Women Worth Knowing Awards ceremony. Each March, in honor of Women's History Month, the Miami Beach Commission for Women comes together to honor 3 outstanding women who go the extra mile to create a better community. They are women worth knowing. Every year, the Commission seeks nominations of women who are actively involved in fostering positive change in our community. This year, the winners are Sabrina Cohen, Sherry Roberts, and Elsa Urquiza. Take Miami Beach native Sabrina Cohen, who, at age 14, was disabled after the car she was riding in hit a tree. Cohen works in our community to advance the rights of the disabled and advocates stem cell research through her foundation. Cohen also talks to kids about how to navigate peer pressure.
The city has only encouraged me and supported every single effort that I have done along the way. So thank you to Miami Beach. You guys have really made me who I am. I am a true Miami Beach native, and everything that I do is to help the people in our city, and all the work that I do with my foundation and the advocacy work that I do going into the schools is just to make our city as best as it can possibly be.
Congrats to all of this year's Women Worth Knowing honorees.
Up next on CityVision, we look at the new art installation, adding dimension here in Collins Park and beyond.
And later in the show, spring break was a big hit at our city's surf camp for kids with autism.
And see what neighborhood is getting 450 new parking spots.
Miami Beach is 25/7. There's so much to do you need an extra hour. Time for shopping on Collins Avenue, Lincoln Road in Washington, eating at a sidewalk cafe or world-famous restaurant, playing in the beautiful waters, bars and nightclubs, relaxing in a boutique hotel, or discovering Art Deco architecture and the culture in America's Riviera.
And whether you're here to shop, dine, play, stay, or discover, we hope you enjoy your time in our beautiful city. There is so much to do. Don't waste a minute.
Tell us why you like to love Miami Beach.
I'm Ada Chong. And I'm Ray Razan. And we like to love Miami Beach because we don't need a car.
Welcome back to CityVision. Hi, I'm Emily Oz, and we're here in Collins Park, which recently underwent a renovation by the city. It also serves as the new entranceway here to the Bass Museum. And joining me now is the director of the Bass, Sylvia Carman Cubina, thanks so much for being here with us, Sylvia.
Thank you, Emily.
Yes, and how has it been going here with the new entrance being on this side of the Bass Museum, right here in Collins Park?
Well, it's so beautiful. We all of a sudden have like this red carpet that goes all the way from the ocean to our front door. And what it's done for us is amazing because it really draws people to the park, and I think people are assuming that this is their new neighborhood with the new park. They're walking their dogs and they're sort of rediscovering us.
And another thing that's drawing people here to Collins Park and to the museum is your new program called Temporary Contemporary. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Yes, Temporary Contemporary is quite a mouthful. We call it TC for short.
Okay, good. That makes it easier.
Yes, and it is a partnership between the City of Miami Beach, and it's been funded by the Knight Foundation and the National Endowment for the Arts, the Our Town project.
Okay.
And we're so happy because essentially what it will be doing is throwing the Bass Museum doors open and moving art onto the streets. So someday you may be walking your dog and you'll see a painting on a sidewalk.
Very cool.
Or you'll see a mural enveloping City Hall. So you'll just bump into art, which is really fantastic way to live in a city like Miami Beach.
And I think that those are going to be showcased in the Can-Do district, so not just in Collins Park, but we're lucky enough to have the first installation here in Collins Park. It's the sound exhibit.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's called By My Side, and it's by a Scottish artist from Glasgow called Susan Phillips. And you'll hear it in a minute, but it goes off every 5 minutes and it lasts 3 minutes. And it's essentially song. It's a song, a cappella sort of, and she's talking about following a loved one to a foreign place. One of the beautiful things now is as we continue to put art in outside, now the kids coming to for summer camp and other activities in our museum get to go outside and listen to the sound, and their reactions are so beautiful. They jump, they scream, they run. So it's this very wonderful, very expressive reaction to art. So we plan to integrate TC in summer camp, which is coming up now in the summer.
And it's running all summer, and if you want more information, you should go to your website, correct?
Yes, it's an all-day camp, and it's for all ages, so there's all sorts of information about pricing and schedules and how to apply.
Well, it sounds wonderful. There's so many good things going on right now at the Bass Museum. And remember, residents, that you get in free to the Bass with the proper ID. So we thank you so much for being with us, Sylvia.
Thank you, Emily.
We'll be right back with much more ahead on CityVision.
After a short break, the very first tennis camp for people with autism was held in Flamingo Park.
The Miami Children's Theater will soon take a starring role at the Byron Carlyle Theater in North Beach.
And we'll take you inside the lives of 3 Miami Beach police officers who didn't let being injured on the job stop them from finishing their careers on the force.
Our city thrives off tourism. Thousands of hotel rooms are rented out every day in Miami Beach, but some short-term rentals are not legal. Do you know the difference? It's illegal to rent out a single-family home for less than 6 months. When it comes to multifamily units, it depends on the zone they fall into. If you have any questions or suspect an illegal short-term rental in your neighborhood, call our city's planning department. That number is 604-CITY. Again, that's 604-CITY, and select our planning department.
Welcome back to CityVision. When you go to work, there are pressures, deadlines, and commitments that can wear you out, right?
It's definitely true. Work can be that way. But what if your work forced you to take risks on your own life?
We spoke with 3 police officers from Miami Beach who were injured and shot on the line of duty and made a choice to return to work.
Every May, our community gathers to remember those who paid the ultimate price. The Miami Beach Police Memorial Ceremony honors the 7 officers who died in the line of duty in our city over the years. And here are 3 men who lived to tell their stories of being shot at by criminals in South Florida. 3 men who are still today upholding their commitment to safety and security as officers on the force for Miami Beach. Our new police chief, Ray Martinez.
I was dispatched to a burglary alarm call to a warehouse.
A burglary in progress, Chief Martinez locates the two suspects hiding in the shrubs of a nearby yard.
So I turned to look at the number on the residence, and when I was turning back around is when one of the individuals who had stolen a revolver from inside the warehouse fired 2 rounds. The first one striking me in the face, and then the next one hitting me in the leg, hitting my femoral artery.
Officer Kenny McLeod, off-duty but in uniform on January 3, 1992, McLeod was trying to investigate a suspicious person near a construction site.
He produced a .45 caliber handgun and started firing at me. He fired at me 9 times, and I was struck 5 times.
Captain Richard Clements.
It was October 5th, 1995, and I just actually celebrated my 5th year on with the police department.
A call went out about a man with a gun threatening people on Collins and 16th.
I went ahead and I waved him over. I said, come on over and put your hands on my car real quick. And at that point in time, he went behind his back and pulled out a firearm and just started shooting. The voice that I heard in my head was my father, who was the range master here with Miami Beach Police Department. And I remember him telling me, keep shooting until the threat's gone. And that's exactly what I did.
All 3 of these men struggled with the pain and rehabilitation of their injuries to return to work.
A lot of people try to advise me, hey, you should retire, but I really felt that this is what I wanted to do in my life, and I'm glad that I made that decision. I mean, I've had an incredible career, not only in the city of Miami, but now my opportunity here on Miami Beach, and I feel privileged. Like I said, this has really been a calling for me.
It took about a year and a couple months before I could actually come back full duty, but just the fact of the desire of always wanting to be a police officer, the so-called calling that we have, it's just something I wanted to do.
But for me, it's a passion. It's about something that I chose to do that I really cared about my whole actually my whole life. I just love the job. I love what it means, and I love what I can do within the community to help people out.
A passion, a calling, another chance to help. Thank you to all the officers on the force who currently protect and serve the city of Miami Beach.
It's a sacrifice that, unlike I think any profession other than maybe the U.S. military, a job where just by doing your job somebody may want to injure you or actually try to kill you. And so, a lot of respect for the men and women that are out on the street every day, performing the work and trying to protect our residents, our visitors, and the citizens here on Miami Beach. So.
Thanks to Police Detective Juan Sanchez for his many contributions to this story.
A total of 13 officers injured by fire returned to work here on Miami Beach or retired from our force. For the full story, see our current issue of MB Magazine.
As a city, we are constantly pushing to progress and evolve into a safer, cleaner, and more vibrant place to live.
And our latest project is using a beautiful design to house a basic need for new parking spots.
Sherry Holbert-Lipner has our planned progress report.
Miami Beach is transforming from a city with parking challenges to one known for its parking garages. Recent progress in our city includes the addition of some special new garages, many designed by some of the world's foremost architects. Just west of Alton Road and north of 17th Street, the Sunset Harbor neighborhood, historically zoned as light industrial, has become more residential and is now the spot for locals to enjoy shopping, services, great restaurants, and a waterfront park. Anticipating the popularity of this neighborhood, the Office of Capital Improvement Projects is coordinating the construction of the new Sunset Harbor Garage. This multi-use facility will offer over 450 new parking spaces, plus street-level retail establishments.
The project is on schedule. It's well within the budgets that we envision. It's going to offer a great amount of parking that the neighborhood does not have at the moment.
Overall, construction of the garage, designed by Architectonica, cost just under $10 million. But since this was a public-private partnership, construction and ownership efforts were combined with a local developer, and the final result is better value for residents, businesses, and visitors.
And I think that the Sunset Harbor District is going to be a place to have great food,
great shopping, destination-oriented shopping for the residents, and just an overall feeling of community. That's what we're trying to create here.
The garage will open later this summer and will also provide another benefit: more room in Flamingo Park.
The city eagerly wanted to get this project started in order to provide overflow parking for the property management department, which currently is being housed in Flamingo Park, as their new property management facility is going to be next door in the 1800 block of Bay Road.
It's nice though when one neighborhood in Miami Beach gets to revitalize and at the same time help another neighborhood in Miami Beach.
For MBTV, I'm Shari Holbert-Lipner.
Miami Beach will add to its parking inventory again soon. The city has just entered into a design services agreement with world-famous architect Zaha Hadid. Hadid will design a new garage complex here in the Kandu district.
All right, enough about parking. Let's head back to the beach, where learning to surf is adding up to be one of the best spring breaks ever for some special kids.
The waves at South Point Park were the perfect size for these kids to learn to surf.
They're so excited to be involved in something that they've never done before. So it's just great to see them happy.
5 years ago, our city's Parks and Recreation Department reached out to the University of Miami, Nova Southeastern University's Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, to hold the first surf camp for kids with autism spectrum disorder.
These kids need to be involved in activities just like every other normal child. So it's definitely something that we want to keep in the public eye.
Autism is a brain disorder whose hallmark feature is impaired social interaction. Autism affects nearly 1% of children in our country, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. At our surf camp, the trained NSU card staff members provide support for kids, while our Parks and Rec pool guards teach the kids to surf. And most of all, the bottom line is fun on spring break.
What is your favorite part of the camp?
The smiles on the kids' faces. Absolutely.
And with such success comes growth. The first ever NSU card tennis clinic for people with autism was held recently at Miami Beach's Flamingo Park Tennis Center.
Look at that. Good job, Ryan.
So we've developed a really wonderful, close relationship with Miami Beach Parks, and they've been so gracious enough to offer their time and their facilities for us to be able to make the tennis clinic happen. So definitely Surf Camp has kind of branched out to that, and it's given us the ability to really utilize the community and integrate with the community.
Tennis pros in South Florida for the Sony Ericsson Open donated their time and skills to teach and inspire the campers to reach new limits.
We had a contest to see who could hit a tennis ball the farthest.
And judging from the reaction, Vladimir might be having the best spring break in all of Miami Beach.
Yo, hit the head, yo! Hit the head, yo! Take it on the! Take it on the! I love
Visit MiamiBeachParks.com for all the offerings of our award-winning Parks and Recreation Department.
And we're always looking for ways as a city to improve the lives of our children through experiences and programs that we offer to them.
And we are now proud to announce a popular children's theater is joining the revitalization of the Byron Carlyle Theater in North Beach.
They're bringing 18 years of experience to our community. Please welcome the Miami Children's Theater to the stage of the Byron Carlyle. Miami Children's Theater is theater for children by children. By offering a wide variety of programs and performance options for ages 5 to 18, there's sure to be something for every young performer. The first production of Disney's Alice in Wonderland is underway right now.
Well, we will have extensive programming for young performers. We will have professional choreographers do dance classes. We have professional directors who will be doing a lot of scene workshops, a lot of monologue workshops.
And the theater's popular creative camps will be offered this summer. Shane Tanner is the Director of Operations for Miami Children's Theater at the Byron Carlyle. He's excited to begin working with local schools, too.
So we'll have professional productions in the morning that schools can be bussed in, have a field trip that goes along with their academic curriculum. A lot of people have issues with the arts funding being dropped from a lot of school programs, so we would like to alleviate some of that and allow them to come take part in the performing arts.
For more information, visit miamichildrenstheater.com.
And that wraps up this edition of CityVision from Collins Park.
Thanks for watching.
We hope to see you back here very soon.
And we leave you now with a look at more opera from Exo Stage at Soundscape.
Oh!
In quanto questo e qui le mie ragioni, è vero che ragioni forti. E quali sono se non a tu per